Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and today it's just me and Susan, which is becoming rather regular, but we're happy to carry on doing these casts.
Sure.
Oh, yes, because we like talking movies, talking TV, and talking audios. And today, as you can see by the back screen of Susan there, we are talking Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade from 1989, starring Harrison Ford, Sean Connery, name but two there. And this is it's a quest for the Holy Grail, Indy's quest for the Holy Grail, and we have Nazis.
Yep, lots of them.
Lots of them. So let's go over to Susan and let's hear her opening thoughts on The Last Crusade. Over to you, Susan.
Yeah, it's basically the story of good versus evil. The good is represented by our intrepid archaeologists and their contingency, and the evil is represented by Adolf Hitler and anybody who he's in league with, including a character, Walter Donovan, played by the guy who was great in Doctor Who, Julian Glover.
Julian Glover, yeah.
Yeah, he was Scarab, and he was I think King Richard in the Crusades, and he's just a really amazing actor. And
we
see him lose his face. Well, we see him actually turn into dust. It's kind of different. It's not the same as what happened with Raiders of the Lost Ark, but yeah, Lee was searching for some humor in the audio adventure for our audio portion of the Indiana Jones weekend, and I think there's plenty of humor in this, and I'm just looking forward to hearing what he has to say about this, and but I really love it. It's a really fun movie. It's got a lot of sort of quasi-religious iconography and stuff, and it ends up in Petra, which I was almost going to join a trip over there, but I had to go finish my Greek class. So, but anyway, it's what a cool story, and what a cool soundtrack, and what a fun romp. And yeah, so what do you think? What's your opening thoughts too?
Well, as you said, we did the audio yesterday, and I was searching for humour in this. And out of the three original trilogy movies, I think The Last Crusade is the most humorful. It's got the most humour in out of the three. The other two have got humour in it, but this one is overladen with humour. But that is a good thing in this one, because it's the father-son relationship where the humour comes from.
Yeah.
It's and it works so well. Whoever cast Sean Connery as Harrison Ford's dad in this, Indy's dad, was just a genius. Yeah. It works so well. As you say, the one before this, Temple of Doom, which was a prequel, of course, wasn't it? It was set before Raiders.
Yep.
So this really is the follow-on from Raiders. And of course, I say we've got the Nazis, because there was no Nazis in Temple of Doom, as far as I remember. There was no Marcus Brody, and there was no You know, he wasn't in that, was he? No, he wasn't in that one either. So it was good to see those two back, returning characters from from Raiders, and yeah, it just goes the adventure, and it's high octane adventure, action, and it's just a simple. It is a simple tale of their quest to get the Grail before the Nazis do, shall we say, because Hitler is collecting all these occult items where he thinks are powerful to win the war, which he did do, as far as we know, which he went out and tried to do.
Yeah, it's not far-fetched.
It's not far-fetched. Maybe Hollywood has took liberties here and there, but hey, why not?
Yeah, it's a good story.
It's a good story, yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed this. I haven't seen this for quite a few years, so it was good to sit down and watch this. So Harrison Ford, in the movies, I can't see anybody else playing Indy, and you know, it's like him with Han Solo. Nobody else could play him, and nobody else can play Indy. I know they're on about after this Indiana Jones movie, what they're making Indy 5 with Harrison Ford. There has been rumours of reboots or remake with different actors. I don't know if that's going to work because, you know, Indy's so set in stone now, isn't it? It's Harrison Ford and nobody else.
Yeah, and River Phoenix played a good, you know,
good young.
And apparently, when Harrison Ford was asked, who would you think would be, and he remembered him playing a father-son in a movie that right before this.
Oh, was it Mosquito Coast?
Yeah, and he was with River Phoenix and that, and he said, yeah, he looks just like me when I was a kid.
I mean, that was only like a 12-minute segment at the beginning of the movie. Right. But that's one of the best sequences of the movie as well. The train sequence with River Phoenix, explaining where he gets the fear of snakes from.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I forgot something.
Okay, and also so it's across the globe as most of these movies are, and that's what I do like about these movies, because you have the map on the screen, don't you, with the aeroplane going across the globe, which is so Saturday morning matinee.
Yeah.
Which I just love all that. Yeah, it's a boy's adventure tale, isn't it?
Yeah.
Harking back to the days of the olden days, the black and white matinee days. It's a great tale of, as you say, of good and evil. And most movies, cult movies, sci-fi movies, horror movies, fantasy movies, is good versus evil. And good sometimes don't always win.
Right.
But this is one of the best of the originals, I think. So back to you, Susan.
So some of the things that I really liked about the story were the sacrifice of the actual Grail goblet at the end.
Yeah.
And the fact that they were both slept with what's her name?
Yeah, the what was her name? What was it? I forgot her name now. Elsa, that was it. Yeah, nothing to do with Frozen.
No, nothing to do with Frozen, and we can make that joke because Ella isn't here. But anyway,
no.
The joy of like, you know, yes, it's awkward, but no, they don't get too hung up on it. And like, these are both men of the world, so you know, it's fun. And And the other thing that was great was all the father son moments, like with the cross of Coronado. His father says, "I'd like you to slow down and count to 20 in Greek," but he would have missed the opportunity to actually like save that artifact prior. But anyway, like that all kind of sussed out in the ship going down. And let's see. And John Rhys-Davies was great as Sala. And there was the humor about the camels.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. No camels. We're not taking camels. It's compensation
For my brother's car.
Yeah.
And then Marcus Brody, sent off ahead of the gang, and he gets sort of kidnapped.
It was good to see Marcus Brody get involved in the story, more action in the action.
Yeah.
Because in the original Raiders, he was just there for a bit and then back at the end, and
Yeah.
he wasn't involved in this. And this he's involved in the story, which is quite good. And he's a great character.
Yeah, he is. And played well by Denholm Elliott.
Denholm Elliott, yeah. No longer with us, of course.
Right. It's amazing who is left.
True, yeah. Well, John Rhys-Davies is still with us.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, River's gone, Julian Glover's gone.
No, Julian Glover's still with us.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yeah. And Sean, of course, this year. And Michael Byrne, who Michael Byrne, who played the Nazi general.
Mm-hmm.
He was there was another funny moment when he was holding his swagger stick and pulling down the newspaper in front of older Henry and then younger Henry, Indiana, in his little ticket taker outfit, said no tickets and throws them out the window.
Yeah. I mean, this one is where the father tells the tale of his name's Henry. His name's Henry Jr. Indiana was the name of the dog.
That's also funny.
I like that dog.
Yeah. And then that continues on to be a family tradition. I like that too. Yeah. And of course, there was the sweet moment of in the prince's castle or Casbah as it is, and he's the Nazis offer him all these jewels, and he's like, well, and he sees the Rolls Royce, and he's like, I want that.
I want that. Yeah, and you can have as many tanks as you want and camels.
Yep.
And who played the prince? Shall I
That
tell
was
you?
Alexi Sale from the Young.
Dale. Comedian, author, actor.
All right.
Another Doctor Who connection there, of course.
Yeah.
In this as well, you say you've got. We had this discussion last night about the Grail, the powers of the Grail.
Yeah.
And according to Donovan, he drank out of it. He was said mortality. Live forever, immortality. And then of course it never happened because he turned to dust. But that was Elsa. Now Elsa, the naughty minx, must have known that wasn't the right cup, because she was a historian, archaeologist as well, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Historian. So she must have known that the Grail would not be made of gold, wouldn't be covered in jewels. It would be just a simple cup. But she picked that and gave it to the German villain. Now, I didn't understand where she was coming from with that.
Because she wanted the Grail for herself, and she just wanted to eliminate all the other contenders for it.
And it was, yeah, I can see what and it was good, this movie as well, that we didn't have a damsel in distress.
Yeah, not at all.
The last two movies, there was a damsel in distress with Marion, and the other one with Willie. This one, there was no damsel in distress. It was just father in distress. I've come to save you, Dad.
Father and Marcus.
Yeah, and it was a sort of a good change to have one of the villains being the female.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, a strong character, Elsa. But you knew you was going to get a good villain with Donovan, played by Julian Glover, anyway, because he's so brilliant at playing villains.
Yeah.
Even the Bond villain in 4 Hours Only, he was the villain in that, and as I say, Scaroth in Doctor Who, and he was sort of a villain in sort of a villain in Game of Thrones as well, wasn't he? He was one of the scheming the people in the court. But now, what we discussed about the power of the Grail, I can see now that the power only works in the cabin in Petra.
It would work. It would.
The immortality part of the power would not work over that seal.
Right.
So that is sort of a curse as well, because if you drank that and you wanted immortality, you would end up like that night having to stay there.
Right.
But it healed, because a lot of fans have said, so is Indy immortal now? Why did Henry Jones Senior die? Because he had the water as well, but it doesn't work past the seal.
Yeah, that is the case. It was set up in its own.
It was a trap. If anybody wanted immortality, then they're no good.
Yeah, I guess it's the Rassilon trap.
Yes.
But the thing was with the cup is that the fact that it had held the blood of Christ, both the wine that he was declaring in the Last Supper, and then John probably just threw the cup in his pouch and carried on off to the cross, and then caught some of his blood. This is just a challenge. I mean, it's just like, what does that mean? It doesn't mean that you're going to live forever, because I mean, even the old knight, he wasn't old when he went in there. he was probably a young guy, and he just was getting old really slowly.
He mostly just kept sipping every now and again, having a little bit of a drink.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could drink it all day, but it would only slow you down. It wouldn't stop the aging.
Mm.
I mean, those old stories in the Bible about people living to be 500, 600 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of that stuff in the, in the stuff that Spielberg like mined to get these stories. I mean, that there was good stuff, and the thing that I really enjoyed was about that scene was when they lost the Grail and decided to just be like father son and just escape from that place.
Yeah, leave it. Come on.
Yeah.
Um,
And it was
also, yeah, go on.
and it was old Henry's complete life obsession,
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
And
I mean, go on. Go on. I keep interrupting you, but go on.
No, it's all right. And there it was. It was right there. His life obsession. He completed his, the whole diary, the whole, study, and there it was in his hand. And it healed him, but it didn't, that wasn't the end for him. Like,
I don't know.
Like it definitely was the end for Elsa and
Donovan.
And Donovan.
And
do you think that old knight probably passed away when the thing fell down?
No, because he didn't cross the seal, did he? Oh yes, he did cross the seal. Because he was stood in the doorway, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But the Grail is still there.
Yeah.
So maybe he hasn't passed away. Maybe he's still guarding it, even if it is down a chasm.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? That's really good.
Another good thing about this was the scene in Berlin.
Oh,
the burning of all the books and Hitler's signing autographs. Played by another Doctor Who aficionado, Michael Sheard, who I have actually met. He was a brilliant actor, Michael Sheard. He's no longer with us now. He never said a word in this as Hitler, but he's got Doctor Who connections, Star Wars connections, because he played Admiral Ozzel in the Star Wars movie. But so that scene where he bumps into Hitler, and he looks at him, and Hitler takes the book off him. Looks at it, and he didn't even look at what's written in it. I mean, if he'd have seen what was written in it, whoa, there's the map to the Grail.
Right?
But he just signed his name and gave it back to him. What a great scene. But a very underrated actor, Michael Sheard. Non-speaking part for him, but he's been in many Doctor Who's. So,
hang on a second. I don't. Oh, he is uncredited.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. No wonder I never saw his name in the scroll.
Well, he appeared. What Doctor Who's did he appear in? The Ark, Mind of Evil, Pyramids of Mars, Invisible Enemy, Castrovalva, Remembrance of the Daleks. So he is a Doctor Who aficionado, and of course on audio with Paul McGann. So before he passed away in 2005. I met him a few times, had a few drinks with him.
That's cool. That is so cool.
I always remember one time I'm sat at home. Well, he used to play on TV. He used to play Mr. Bronson. I don't know if you heard of that. Of a teacher in Grange Hill School.
I've heard. I saw some Grange Hill, but go on.
Yeah, well, he used to play a teacher, but he was a sort of a nasty teacher. The kids hated him. But I always remember sitting at home once, just having relaxing night. My phone goes, and a friend of mine from our convention days started talking to me. She says, "Oh, we're just having a curry. We're out having a meal, just having a curry." I says, "Oh yeah." I says, "Oh, somebody wants to talk to you." So she passes the phone over to someone. Then all of a sudden, this really loud, booming voice goes, "Boy, why aren't you here with us?" And it was him.
And he was in his character voice.
His Mr. Bronson Grange Hill character doing his Mr. Bronson down the phone at me.
Oh my gosh, how awesome is that? So did you still join them? Did you pop out to join them?
No, because it was nowhere near me. It was miles and miles away.
Oh.
But yeah, he was always fun at the conventions. But back to Indiana Jones anyway. We digress.
Well, no, it's great. And the fact that you can sort of slip by the fact who he played into the actor.
Oh yeah.
That's really cool because yeah, I mean, like there is a Hitler movie played by Robert Carlyle, and I just skate over the character he plays when I think about that movie and just think about like where he gets his acting chops. And so yeah. For a silent role, I mean, it's great that you recognize him, of course.
Well, this is it straight away. If you know the actor, you can see straight away. I mean, I don't know why he was uncredited, really.
Yeah, I never saw his name. Strange.
Yeah, but yeah, it was definitely him, and I think he may have played Hitler before in a TV drama or something. I can't remember now.
Huh.
But maybe that's why they got him to do Hitler again. But going back to the movie, though, the action scenes were on top form. I mean, this was the third movie, in the franchise, and the action hasn't dipped in standards.
No, and they, I mean, the tank scene was.
Oh.
I mean, the tank scene was so epic that they reprised it in Mandalorian.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
I mean, they basically took all that whole thing with the spice miner for the Jawas and reprised it. Anyway, that was so amazing. Like they were throwing dirt on him and stuff. I saw the behind the scenes stuff with that, and then him going under the vehicle.
Yeah. I mean, you knew at some point the tank would be going over the cliff. You just knew that, but you didn't know when the guys were going to get off that tank.
Right?
Apart from the commander, of course, because that was his tank, his pride and joy.
Right.
But they said there was still humour in that as well, because they said with the bullets flying about inside, and killing at the driver and the whole mayhem inside.
And then he shifts the lovers.
Great action.
And then there was the beautiful car, the roadster, and then the plane going into the tunnel.
Yeah.
On fire, sliding right by him, and the pilot's like just like looking over his shoulder as
Yeah,
As
and they were just staring at each other like that as he went by. That was close. So there was a lot of humour in this, and it worked so well.
yeah.
It really did. One thing I wasn't so, which I couldn't understand, but now looking at it, I might have got the gist of it. Is Donovan asked Indy to go look for his father because he'd gone missing, but he knew where he was anyway because he was Donovan's captive. And I was thinking, what's going on here? I mean, that's just contradicted his request of him, isn't it?
He just wanted to remotivate Henry Sr. towards the conquest of the Grail.
Yeah.
Because Henry had sent the diary back, and it basically just said, "No, I'm not going any further." And
So yeah, this is what I thought. I thought maybe he wanted him to find the diary instead of finding the father.
no, but the father had just stopped working, basically. He's like, fuck no Nazis are going to get my research and stuff.
Yeah.
Once he discovered that it was Nazis.
I know it's a little, I'm only picking at little things there, but.
And then the other thing was this new group of people called the Brotherhood of the Cruciform Sword. The ones in the fezzes and the nice suits and stuff. Who I mean, they chased him around Venice in these 1930s Chris Craft beautiful old boats. I mean,
now that was a good chase as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't go in between them.
Oh, I thought what are you talking about? I don't want to go between them. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What else? I mean, the scenery as well, because they do go to marvelous places to film these movies. As you say, Petra. That just looks so awesome from the outside. I mean, I don't know what it's supposed to be like inside.
I don't either.
Because I'm sure there is another movie where Petra's in it. I'm trying to think.
Is it Lawrence of Arabia?
No, it's another. I could be wrong. I could be mixing movies up, but I'm positive it's another like adventure action movie set in the wartime. I think.
Huh.
It's not McKenna's Gold, is it? Is it McKenna's? No, it's not McKenna's Gold. No, it's not. Can't be that one. Anyway, I digress.
No, it's all right. Yeah, and then they shot all those other scenes in Spain, but it it's supposed to be the Jordanian desert, and so like that worked out really well.
So they really do go to some of the most beautiful places in the world
Yeah,
to film, and it just adds to the movie.
yeah.
I mean, I always think George Lucas has sort of learned from his mistakes with completely doing CGI, because you can't beat the real things. You can't beat the scenery of the deserts and.
No.
CGI, yeah, it's good for stuff, but come on, man, you've got to do the real landscapes.
Yeah, it's true.
We've done favorite moments and stuff. So
yeah, we've done a lot of our favorite moments.
Okay. Before we go, then, what have you got by the side of you, Susan?
I have
Look at that.
Indiana Jones, the Ultimate Guide, and it's talking about like who else could have played, who's cooler, either Han Solo or
Well,
Indiana Jones.
wasn't Tom Selleck originally going to be Indiana Jones?
Yeah, there was the people who were going to play Indiana Jones before were Tim Matheson, Tom Selleck, Peter Coyote, and Harry Hamlin.
Well, yeah. Oh, Harry
Yeah.
Hamlin. Harry Hamlin. Oh, Clash of the Titans. Harry Hamlin. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Could have seen that. Yeah, but like I said, but now it's so set in stone with Harrison.
yeah, and they talk about the prequel and the reason that they put it in the middle because they have to, if they're creating a story arc, the second act always has to be the characters encountering the worst possible situation, and going to hell basically was that.
Ah, right. Yeah, I often wondered why they went back before Raiders.
Yeah,
I thought it was a bit of a strange thing to do.
yeah, it was. And so um yeah, they took they took oh, and then there was the Henry Jones with the birds and stuff on the beach.
Oh yeah, with his umbrella. Yeah.
And the quote, may my armies be the rocks and the trees and the birds of the sky. I thought that was really amazing. And they couldn't train seagulls, so they had a bunch of fake seagulls on the beach, and then the ones that they flushed out were all were doves, so that they could control them. And Venice, of course, and Venice has never been cleaner than it is right now. And there was a dolphin in the Venice in one of the channels, which was pretty sweet.
And what about? I mean, every indie movie has some sort of animal insect, and this one, rats.
rats, yeah,
Rats.
yeah,
Loads of rats.
yeah, and they did because they didn't want to have any that were sick. They had to grow all of those. They basically had a rat farm that they started a couple months before filming, and then they grew all these rats to full size, and then
Oh. Yeah, no, you're just full of information, you are. Or you
yeah,
just read. You're just reading it from your lap.
I was really stoked when I went to the shops the other day, and I discovered this magazine, and I'm like, and it just before we do our Indiana Jones weekend. I mean, what can you say? And yeah, so I really love this series. I've got the box set, and I took these out to watch them from the box set, and so
The only annoying thing about the box set thing is the cover for Crystal Skull doesn't match the covers for the other three.
I know it's true.
And I just don't know why they didn't stick with the same sort of design.
I know it is a little weird.
It is a little weird, but there you go.
So that's all the information about Last Crusade from the magazine and from our conversation about humor even.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a great, with Connery and Ford, just looked like they were having fun.
And it had plenty of Nazis, especially in Berlin.
Yeah, I mean, Temple of Doom, that's what was missing from it, but it was a totally different type of story.
Right.
So, as was the next movie we're going to review, a different type of story, different era, so no Nazis. But we'll get onto that in the next cast. So, So final say and score then.
Sure.
Over to you.
All right. Well, I really love this, and I you know, I'm a big fan of Searching for the Holy Grail. I gave, it must have been 15 points for our review of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. No, I don't remember, but yeah, I really love these stories, and I'm really grateful that Steven Spielberg and George Lucas worked so well together. Oh my gosh, they're just amazing. And Sean Connery and Harrison Ford worked so well together. That was really amazing. And you know, I'll give this 10 10 Messerschmitt tanks out of 10 in the desert.
Okay. I agree. It's just a fun movie to watch from beginning to end. It doesn't dip, and to have Connery and Ford bouncing off each other in such a fun way, you just can't take your eyes off the screen. And so the tales of the historical Holy Grail. It's always interesting to watch something about that. So I'm going to give it 10 Knights Templar out of 10.
Nice.
There you go. So that is our little review of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It was mostly called that because there was mostly the thought that was going to be the last movie as well, wasn't it?
They really did. They thought they had sewn it up neatly and tightly, and that there just wasn't going to be any more interest.
But years will go by, and whoa, things happen. So I'd like to thank Susan for joining me talking about this movie. I'd like to you guys out there for watching the video. If you are watching the video, please, if you are watching the video as well, you'll be on YouTube or wherever you watch these things nowadays, because I'm not very technically minded, but please subscribe to the channel. And if you have subscribed, please press the little bell notification button, and like that, every time we get a video up, there'll be a little ding to notify you there's a new video up. We talk movies, we talk TV, we talk audio dramas, right across the board. So there's not one genre that we really miss out. I think we do nearly every genre of entertainment, don't we?
Yep.
Apart from porn. But if times get hard, we might do.
True.
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 So also as well, say we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're all over the place, and we would like some new members because it's always fun to gather on a weekend just to talk about things we like or things we don't like. So if you'd like to be involved in these casts, get in touch, leave a message on the video that you're watching. Just leave a message below, or messages on Facebook. We're on there, the members, me, whoever, and they'll pass you on, and we'll see if we can get you on. All we ask of you is that you're 18 and you have a laptop or a tablet and a camera, microphone as well. Yeah, usually those microphones are built in with everything these days, aren't they? So, well, I think they are. I know mine is. So until next time, be safe, enjoy Indiana Jones because it's a fantastic franchise. And so until next time, bye for now.